YouTube. Hi, Facebook. Hello, hello, hello. This is a short Facebook, a short live, okay, to explain something I posted and the reaction I got. So I made a post. If you are watching me on Instagram, just scroll down. You'll see the post I made, but don't scroll down yet. Just you'll see that post later. So I made a post and I said, let's talk about life insurance in Canada. Let's talk about life insurance in Canada. And I made that post, and the post said, it's research, it's a research based statistics. And it said, 1 in 5 Canadians don't have life insurance. 1 in 5 Canadians don't have life insurance, meaning generational debt. Let me say it with Nigerian accents. I don't say debt. Generational debt is becoming more of a reality than generational wealth. And I made that post and I asked the question, I said, where do you belong? Are you part of the 1 or are you part of the 5? Or let me say the remaining 4. Okay? Are you part of the 1 out of 5 or are you part of the remaining 4? Okay? So someone now said, what do you mean by generational debt? Haba. The person thought it was just a sales gimmick. And the person said, what do you mean by generational debt? That you people have come with your sales style. And so I felt like this thing needs an explanation. And not just an explanation, it needs a life explanation. Okay? It needs a life explanation. So let's break it down. Because I'm just going to break it down and then you will then decide where you belong. Okay? 1 in 5 Canadians don't have life insurance, meaning that generational debt is becoming more of a reality than generational wealth. We always hear generational wealth, but it now looks like that thing is just a wish, it's just a dream. How many people are actually passing down generational wealth? So let's break it down. What is wealth? What is wealth? Wealth is an abundance of valuable possessions or money. That is just the layman definition. Wealth is an abundance of valuable possession or money. So money is not the only way somebody is wealthy. Okay, money is not the only way someone is wealthy. You can be wealthy in gold. You can be wealthy in so many other things. So that's why I said wealth is an abundance of valuable resources. So, but typically money. Okay, that is an abundance of valuable resources, typically money. That is the definition of wealth. Now, what is the definition of debt? It says it is something, typically money, that is owed or due. So when you owe someone, that is debt. When you are owing money, that is debt. When you owe someone, that is debt. Now, what is generational? I don't even need to go to dictionary to tell you what generational is. Okay, from generation to generation, that is generational. Okay, or when you say something different generations of a family. Okay, so now tell me, which one is more realistic, generational debt or generational wealth? What is becoming more of a reality is generational debt. And I will explain. Remember, I said debt is something that is being owed. When you owe money, when you owe something, that is debt. Now, a typical family in Canada, 2 parents, so 2 sources of income. So they have built a lifestyle, they have children based on that 2 sources of income. And then one of the parent dies. What do you think will happen to the spouse? Is the government going to say, okay, I'll be paying you the salary I was paying your husband, or I'll be paying you the salary I was paying your wife? They're not going to do that. So a lifestyle is now going to be lived with one source of income. What do you think is going to happen from there? Let's even talk about the funeral. That is already loan. You're going to take basic because burial in this place is not the same as burial in Africa. It's not the same as burial in Nigeria. When somebody dies in Nigeria, people even love to spend money when someone dies in Nigeria because they want to give befitting burial. So you people spend money. But here you are going to spend a whole lot when someone passes on. You are going to spend a whole lot. All right. So that is where the debt already starts. Now, remember I said it was a family with 2 sources of income. Now it is a family with one source of income. What's going to happen to let's say you had mortgage or you had student loans, loans that you've taken. At the end of the day, you are going to do what? Pass that debt from generation to the next generation, from generation to the next generation. You're going to raise your children with that mindset that, oh, there is no money. We are owing. We are owing. And before you know it, they absorb of these things and they also pass it on because they also do not have any form of cushion. They don't have any form of any way to transfer that wealth to the next generation. And then you may say, I have worked hard, I have made money. How much money really can you truly transfer from generation to generation? How much money can you truly transfer from generation to generation? And that is where life insurance comes in. So imagine why it is more of a reality that there is generational debt instead of generational wealth. It is because only 1 in 5 Canadians, but let me even say 1 in 5 people that live in Canada. Okay, so whether you're a Canadian citizen, whether you're a PR, but you live in this place, how sad it is that it is only 1 in 5 that have life insurance. Now, how would life insurance lead to generational wealth? The same scenario, 2 sources of income, one passes on. And when that one passes on, the family now inherits, let's say, $500,000. How long would it have taken that man to work to save up $500,000 to give the family when he passes on? Do you know how long it will take you to save $500,000? But you were just saving. I call it saving. People don't call it saving. People say you're spending money. When you pay for insurance premium, you're spending money. But as far as I'm concerned, you're saving. You know why? When you're paying premium on a car, it's possible that you can drive that car for years, nothing would happen. But when you're paying premium for your life, it is for sure. It is guaranteed that people will die. Forget it. That thing is guaranteed that somebody will shall die. It is not like a car or a house where you say, oh, there might not be fire, there might not be theft, there might not be this for your car. As long as you are a human being, that's your life insurance premium that you are paying will pay out. The only time it doesn't pay out is when you take all those temporary insurance, when you take that 10-year insurance. 10-year insurance has a purpose. It is not for life. It is for premature death. Okay? Whether it's 10 years, whether it's 20 years, because you do not know how long you're going to live on this earth. Okay? So at the end of the day, that life insurance, as far as I'm concerned, is not an expense because for sure, they will pay. They will pay. Now, when they pay, what happens? You have what? Abundance of valuable possession or money. So you're going to have abundance of money. And that abundance of money will be easier to pass on from generation to generation. So for the only way generational wealth will become a reality instead of generational debt is if more Canadians get life insurance. I am not selling life insurance to you. I am just trying to educate you. I'm just trying to let you know and to ask you that question. Do you belong to the number 1 out of 5 or do you belong to the rest? I'm sure you have an idea where the wealthy people belong. The wealthy people would not be asking questions because they are interested in generational wealth. That is why they are called wealthy. They want to pass on that wealth from generation to generation. And so they belong to that number 1. And you have that opportunity now. You have that opportunity now. That's the good thing about insurance. You don't need to be rich to do it. Do you understand what I mean? You don't buy insurance with money. You buy insurance with your health and you buy insurance with your age. So the younger you are, the healthier you are, this is the time to get that insurance. So you don't need to be in a particular class of people. You don't need to be from a rich family. That's the good thing about insurance. You only need to have good health. You need to have age on your side, and you need to have any form of savings, whether it's $50 you want to be saving every month. You can use that to secure the wealth that would become a generational wealth. Okay, I hope that answered that person that said how. How is the generational debt? What is generational debt? I have just told you what is generational debt. Okay, this is generational debt. Now the question I will ask again as I end this: do you belong to number 1 out of 5, or you belong to the rest? And another question I would like to ask you: where do you want to belong? Type it in the comment or send me a DM. Let us have a conversation. All right. See ya. And I think next week we'll do some book review on wealth. We'll do some book review on wealth. So see you next Tuesday as we analyze some other aspects of wealth creation. But life insurance is a well-known, or would I call it best kept secret of the wealthy when it comes to generational wealth. Okay? Cheers. Bye and see you on when? On Tuesday.